circles fail out on losing because money investment, and how many circles actually fail out on lack of funds actually give out. This shows you that there is a very big difference from the side of the house and the side of the house. On the side of the house, we explained that so many circles fail out just because they don't have money to give out to people. They lose all their money because they're giving out so many loans, they do not have income. On the side of the house, they fail to show us how any of that actually happens. On the side of the house, we explained to you that circles lose out because they don't have money to give out to people. Yet they always have like so much expenditure. And at the end of the day, it's important for them to actually invest so much of their money and get so many profits out of that. On the side of the house, that does not necessarily get to happen because they do not have. The third question we asked them is if circles that they fail out for losing people's money and the circles actually fail out will not have the money to give. Now the best benefit on the side of the house is that circles like largely have the autonomy to like invest in whatever they want because they get to get the benefit out of that, and we think that is good for them. Circles are formal businesses. They can invest money they have. They can read the accounts and know how much money they can actually invest. I think on your side, you don't even invest the money. You have less investment because you discourage, and therefore you don't even have the loans to give out to people. So that was used out in the context of the side than on our side. I don't think they do. They infringe on people's autonomy, things like that. That's not what we mean. We just mean that we don't need to be strict for circles because they can actually manage their autonomy and freedom because they are formal, they can decide for themselves what they can actually do.
That if circles do not have income, the major sources, the major aim of the circles actually are not going to be fulfilled. They come here and talk about things that the circles that they have specialized people, for example, the accountants that help the circles to make that. But we do believe, we have to say, we come in and we tell them that those people also make mistakes. At the end of the day, if they invest the money, the little money they have, because an accountant has said that they invest in this, at the end of the day, if the circles make losses, at the end of the day, the people are the ones who are actually going to have made the loss, not only that accountant. That means that it's actually not going to be supporting the major objective of the circles. They come here and talk about things like, that there's going to be continuity, the major aim, because the circles are going to be getting a lot of profits. But we come here and we tell them that there is no guarantee that the circles are going to get the profits, because there is also a possibility that they are going to get a lot of money and invest it in being given a loan of 1 million. That people are going to be given the loans that they actually manage, that is actually going to be beneficial to them. With that, I believe that we deserve to win. I submit.
Thank you very much, last affirmative speaker. Welcome the last opposition speaker to close the debate.
I'll begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. I'll begin with framing and show you the matrices of judgment and how we then specifically win on those all matrices. Firstly, on framing. They come and tell us that they think these kinds of circles look like three things. A, they have people of same capacities, but secondly, they are located at maybe similar geographical locations. So we show you that we think circles have structures that are then formal. That is to say, they have audits, they have secretaries, and all those kinds of individuals. Why is this important? Two things. Notice that at the end of the day, then the members then influence the choices of these kinds of circles. We mean that at the end of the day, if you want to make something like a choice, it is then the members who then justify what you then choose. Now, why does that then become important? That they come and tell us that they think these kinds of circles look like three things. A, they have people of same capacities, but secondly, they are located versus autonomy. We think outside of the house then takes it. I.e., we think